You know, I stay up so late, the Leafs get outshot 96-2, the Leafs lose, Reimer loses, and on my birthday. Give me one piece of good news. Did you remember to pack the shark? Rawr! Oh, you remember? Oh, best birthday ever. Sharks roar.
What? You serious?
Mind blown.
I need ideas.
I'm dumb.
Silly hard.
We get to the game, please.
Leafs lose to the San Jose Sharks 2-6 on my 26th birthday. Already! 26 isn't old, but I'm old enough to remember when the Leafs played the Sharks in the playoffs. Toronto, that great western city. Europeans are like, I don't get the joke. We're gonna jump around, not go in order. First and foremost, JVR is alive. He's fine. He's fine. Phaneuf completely smoked him, and if you want to watch it over and over again, Jeffler made an excellent link on theleafsnation.com, and it's hard. I hate seeing James like that. But what this post also features is that actually happens kind of often. That post also features Leafs and Flyers. Darian Hatcher comes and flies in to hit Alex Steen, just misses him and crushes then Flyer Joffrey Lupul. Even worse, remember a few years ago, I think it was 07-08, it was Nashville against Detroit in the playoffs. Jason Arnott scores a late goal, late game, I think they go up. Alex Radulov jumps into his arms in celebration and knocks him out. Which, to anyone who still watches Radulov in the KHL, that's not really surprising. He's adrenaline times meth. Radulov can make an Easter egg hunt intense. You can be like, Davai Alexander, we go on the Easter egg hunt now! And he would come back with a bloody face and chunks of rabbit in his teeth. I found him, he's not made of chocolate! Anyway, long story short, I forgive Dion, but don't do that again. And in his defense, he had a big target. I love JVR, but that guy's got a pumpkin. Forget a helmet. He wears like a laundry basket. I heard the new Easton laundry baskets are sick. So, this gong show of game. I don't think the Leafs played awful as much as they were just dead tired. They played the Ducks the night before and just were awful against the Sharks, a team that you need to be on top of your game against. The Leafs get 2 of the top 5 teams in back-to-back nights. That's rough. And I'm gonna go back to something that I've said for years now. People go, they are professional athletes and they should be ready and back-to-back nights should not affect them. Yes, you're right. They are professional athletes. Playing against other better rested professional athletes. The Sharks' last game was a 4-0 win on Saturday against the Canadiens. If anything, they had to be worried about rust. The Leafs? The friggin' Ducks. And as a result, James Reimer, not making excuses, but you gotta feel for the guy. Leafs outshot 14-6 in the first, 17-6 in the second, and 17-9 in the third. That's 48-21. Leafs were outshot, I believe it was 44-23 against the Ducks. Also not good. The difference was execution. The Leafs were able to capitalize on opportunities against the Ducks, sick breakaways, opportunistic passes, breaking out well. In this game, the execution wasn't quite there, but I think if it was, the Leafs actually wouldn't have been far behind, and they would have at least challenged. Gardner coughs up the puck, it's 1-0, gets it right back on a 2-on-1 with Mason Reimer. First period, the Leafs aren't as tired as they would be in the third. They get a nice goal. San Jose starts to pull away with it, but Mason Reimer has a breakaway, goofs up on the shot. JVR had a gimme in front. That could have been a goal. And at that point, it would have been 4-3 Sharks or a 3-3 tie, something like that. The Leafs would have been right in the game, and maybe goals 5 and 6 don't happen. Speaking of all the Sharks goals, the Thornton goal, or I should say the one where he was basically riding James Reimer like a pony. What the hell, dude? And you know what? I hate to do this. I need to scold James Reimer. I want to scold James Reimer as a fan of James Reimer. Who am I to say what a player should do? I'm a blogger. All I got is an opinion. I have expertise in iMovie, not goaltending. But James Reimer, the Gosh G. Willikers' nicest guy in the world, needs to get a little nastier. I know it's never good to take a penalty, but I want to see James Reimer take a 2-minute roughing minor for Ed Belfouring some guy in the back of his head with the blocker. Now, I'm not asking him to bite off more than he can chew, but I want to see Reimer push back. Some guys in your crease, all up in your feet, give him a little slash in the ankles. Give him a little shove, give him a little poke, let him know you're there. Will you get called? Maybe. But that crap don't feel good. And forget all that. Body language. One of my favorite clips from HBO 24/7. The Red Wings lost again. They were on this crazy, terrible streak during the filming of that. And I think it was Thomas Tatar was walking off and all slouched over, and Mike Babcock goes, "Hey, pick your head up. That's bad body language." Reimer, every goal now. And it's hard to blame the guy because every goal he allows is one goal farther away from the starting job that he wants. But body language. I struggle with this too. I've always worn my emotions on my sleeves. When I'm mad, and you see it. When I'm happy, and you see it. And people talking about, oh, the Leafs play differently in front of Reimer than they do in front of Bernier. Well, whether there's something to that or not, it can't be good for the players on the bench to see a goalie that goes, oh, every time he lets in a goal. There are goalies who are just like that, but some of the all-time greats, water off a duck's back. You're a goalie, and statistically speaking, even on a good night, you're gonna get beat 2 to 3 times a game. C'est dommage, get back up, take a drink, refocus, and get into the game. Another weird thing for me to say, would it kill Colton Orr to punch someone in the face? He's just getting back in the lineup after an injury, but I don't feel bad saying this anymore. Don't put him in the lineup if you're not going to make him punch someone. Fighting, he's got fists of granite. Hockey playing, there are better Leafs that we're not playing. And forget the role. Don't give me the role. He doesn't play that role anymore. If he's not going to knock someone's block off, don't put him in the lineup. Because then you got a guy like David Clarkson, acts like Captain Friggin' America every time a Leaf gets hit, chases a guy up the ice, stops paying attention to him, that guy tips in a goal. The Leafs were in the game at that point. And then Tommy Wingels later in the game, after denying Clarkson, after denying Tim Gleason, goes after Joffrey Lupul. I thought Colton Orr's whole purpose was when a guy does that, they require facial reconstruction after. If you're not going to make him pay with a fist, make him pay with a player who's going to score a goal or two. He laid one big hit in this game, I'll give him that. And speaking of hits, that's how you know the Leafs were tired. Hits are an okay stat, I guess. Hits mean you're wearing down your opponent, you're potentially hurting them, you're definitely tiring them out. But when you lay a lot of hits, it's because you don't have the puck. It's illegal to hit a player when he doesn't have the puck. Well, you get that like one Mississippi after. The Leafs were outshot 48 to 21, but only out-hit the Sharks by my count 19 to 15. So the Leafs should be out-hitting the Sharks to hell because they never have the puck, but they weren't even doing that. They were just bagged. So, this was a little depressing, but you will enjoy the brand new Panago Pizza Steve Dangle podcast, link below. It includes more laughing at the Canucks, talking about George Stroumboulopoulos joining the whole Hockey Night in Canada mix, and also Darren Detition calling a Pokemon match. Because reasons, screw you, it's my birthday! A lot of people have been asking me to make a reaction to the Stroumboulopoulos news. I think the discussion in the podcast was better than something I could do in video form. You'll like it. Check it out! Click like if you like this video, click subscribe. If you really liked it, please check out the new podcast. We're trying to grow this thing, and I will see you as the Leafs complete their Death Valley road trip. Jonathan Bernier against the Currents, oh my god.